Hello and welcome to this pre-recorded session, An Introduction to TITHE Pathway 2. In this session, we will be talking through Pathway 2, Partnerships and Strategic Collaboration. If you're interested in Pathway 1, the mobility of individuals, please have a look on our website for some more details and to sign up to our newsletter. The next Pathway 1 funding call opens in January 2023, and we will be running a series of webinars linked to that from January onwards. Pathway 2 has a set of underlying principles. It will support international collaborative projects led by organisations in Wales, and in order to apply for a project you need to have an international partner in place before applying. This pathway will fund Welsh-led international partnerships to develop a project output which addresses a specific issue or sector priority in Wales and internationally. These project outputs must be tangible and of value to other organisations and or the sector more widely. Both staff and learners are eligible for international travel or mobilities, provided that these make a key contribution to the development of the project. And finally, applying organisations can only submit one application per sector. The following sectors are eligible to apply for Pathway 2: schools, youth, further education and vocational education and training, and adult education. Universities are not eligible for funding, but they can be part of the Pathway 2 project as a non-funded partner. The same is true for businesses and other organisations who may be able to contribute to the project but may not be funded through TITHE. We welcome and encourage cross-sector projects where organisations from different sectors within Wales and internationally work together on a common issue or area for development. Projects under Pathway 2 must align with one or more of the identified themes. These have been developed in order to provide some framework to applying organisations in the development of the projects and are all key areas of focus for Welsh Government. The themes are developments in education, diversity and inclusion, and climate change. Projects can be 12, 18 or 24 months in duration. There are a number of key steps we recommend you take before applying. First up, read the core programme guide. This has all the core information relating to TITHE, such as the background, eligibility criteria, how the assessment process works and so on. Check to make sure that the organisation is eligible to apply. The eligibility criteria for each sector is in the core programme guide, so have a read through that and check if your organisation is eligible. If you have any questions or are not sure, please do get in touch with the TITHE team. Read through the Pathway 2 programme guide thoroughly, in particular the information on eligible activities, costs, participants and project durations. Verify that the organisation has sufficient financial and operational capacity. More information on what we mean by this can be found in the core programme guide. Read through the Pathway 2 assessment criteria. This can be found in the Pathway 2 programme guide and also as a separate document on the TITHE website. Read through the Pathway 2 resources and attend the guidance and tutorial events on completing an application. And finally, get in touch with the TITHE team if you have any questions. We're keen to provide any support we can and are very happy to answer questions either via email or we can arrange a call to chat through any queries. We have a number of sector organising bodies whose role is to provide advice and support for organisations applying for TITHE funding. They have a lot of experience and knowledge of international exchange and partnership development and can support organisations to complete applications, to find partners and to run their projects. We have sector organising bodies for schools, youth and adult education, and the contact details for the main points of contact in each sector are detailed here. Please do get in touch with them directly if you'd like to get some support. To submit an application to TITHE, you'll need to complete two documents. First is the application form. This includes general information about your organisation, points of contact and so on, as well as a range of qualitative questions. Qualitative questions are open-ended and you will have space to provide detailed answers to questions such as how you will plan, run and monitor the project, what the project output will be and how you will disseminate or share it, and how and why you have chosen to work with those international partners or partner. The second form is a grant calculation tool. This is a spreadsheet which will enable you to input your planned activities and will then provide an overall budget for the project. We're running live webinars to discuss these forms in more detail and to answer any questions you may have, so please do sign up to those on the TIFE website. If you can't attend the live sessions, we'll also be providing pre-recorded sessions similar to this one, which will be available on the TIFE website. If you have any questions or issues with the application form or the grant calculation tool, please get in touch with us and we'll do whatever we can to support. We have a range of resources available on the TIFE website. As mentioned, the application form has a range of qualitative questions which each organisation will need to answer. You can find a copy of these on the TIFE website. We recommend that you use this document to answer the questions offline and then copy and paste them into the online application form. The online application form can be tricky to save as you go, so this is just a safer way of ensuring you don't lose any of your answers as you work through them, and you can then just drop them into the application form as and when you're ready to submit the application. A copy of the assessment criteria is also available on the website, as well as being in the Pathway 2 programme guide. External assessors will use these criteria to assess each application, and so it is important to make sure you have addressed each in your responses to the qualitative questions. We have created a short step-by-step guide which walks you through the application form, are running a series of live webinars, and will have pre-recorded presentations covering the same subjects as the webinars. Finally, please do get in touch. We're keen to support you to apply, so email us with any queries. The assessment criteria is divided up into two categories: relevance and quality of project objectives and planned outcomes. This is 65% of the total score, and quality and design of project activities, which is 35% of the total score. In order to be assessed as fundable, applications must score at least 60 out of 100 points and score at least 50% in the relevance and quality of project objectives and planned outcomes category. With Pathway 1, our focus was and will continue to be on funding as many and as wide a range of organisations as possible, and so the principle was to fund all organisations who pass the quality thresholds. The funding for Pathway 2 is much tighter and we have less money to go around, and therefore we will be looking to fund these on a ranking scale, with those who score the highest in each sector receiving funding. The central focus of Pathway 2 is the creation of a project output which is tangible, high quality and of value to other organisations. We want organisations to create outputs which work for their sectors, and so what and how it is created is very flexible. Some examples of project outputs are new models or methods, resources or toolkits, training or teaching materials, and digital resources and outputs. But we welcome innovative ideas which work for your organisations and the sector more widely. The other key element of Pathway 2 is the dissemination or sharing of the project output. It must be shared with organisations across Wales and internationally, bringing benefit to the sector and other organisations within it. How you share and disseminate your output is up to you. You just need to demonstrate in the application form how and why this will be effective. Examples could include an event, conference or workshop, the sharing of resources through an online platform or through an app, training sessions for individuals or organisations to develop knowledge and understanding. But again, it is about what is most effective for your organisation and sector, so please do be creative. The available budget for Pathway 2 for each sector is as follows: FE and VET, 0.9 million, Adult Education, 0.44 million, Schools, 0.4 million, Youth, 0.37 million. The maximum award for each project is £75,000. Projects can be less than this, so please don't feel like it's a target, just apply for the funding that you need. Reciprocity is a key element of TIFE, and so up to 30% of the total grant award requested can be used for international partner activities. This is all included within the cap of £75,000. The eligible costs within Pathway 2 are mobilities or travel, project management and implementation, staff costs, dissemination costs, and translation. There is a maximum percentage cap of the total budget requested which can be allocated to each activity category with the exception of mobilities. We'll go into a bit more detail on this in the following slides. Pathway 1 is all about mobilities in and of themselves, with the experience gained by staff and learners the main focus. In Pathway 2, mobilities are still important, but they must be linked to the development of the project output. Staff and learner travel is permitted as long as there is a clear rationale for the mobilities and for the involvement of the learners in the development of the project output. Mobility rates are the same as for Pathway 1 and can be found at the bottom of the Pathway 2 programme guide. Sector rates vary, so please make sure you check the correct rates for your sector. Mobilities is the only activity category which has no percentage cap. You can also apply for funding for project management and implementation. This covers anything which enables the project to take place. Examples include meeting room hire, refreshments, facilitation costs, simultaneous translation for meetings, administrative costs, and so on. Staff costs are not eligible in this category. You can use a maximum of 25% of the overall project funding award in this category. Staffing costs are based on a daily rate depending on the type of staff who will be involved in the project. This table has the day rates for the different categories of staff: senior staff member or manager, teacher, trainer, researcher or youth worker, specialist support staff, and administrative staff. You can use a maximum of 30% of the overall project funding award in this category. These are costs which relate to the dissemination of the project output across Wales and internationally. Eligible costs are things like events, marketing, the production of reports, the development of online resources, the development of a digital application or online platform. You can use a maximum of 35% of the overall project funding award in this category. Final eligible cost is translation. This covers translation costs related to the production and dissemination of the project output. Eligible costs include translation of materials related to the project output, simultaneous translation for dissemination events, training sessions and seminars, and so on. You can use a maximum of 10% of the overall project funding award in this category. There's more information on all of the eligible costs and all other elements of Pathway 2 in the Pathway 2 programme guide, so please do have a thorough read through that and get in touch if you have any questions. Pathway 2 opened on the 5th of October 2022 and will close on the 1st of December 2022. We will notify all applicants of the outcomes in February 2023 and projects can start from May 2023. We'll be running a number of future events which you can sign up to on the Tithe website. The first set will be focused on the calculation tool and the application form, and the second set will be general Q&A sessions for anyone looking to ask questions or to get help with their application. We hope you found this presentation useful. Please do get in touch if you've got any questions at all, and we look forward to seeing you at future events. Please do get in touch if you have any questions about Pathway 2 or the Tithe programme more widely. If you can't attend the webinars or would like a chat with the relevant programme manager, we can also arrange this, so please do drop us an email if this would be useful. The relevant contact details for the programme managers and the general Tithe inquiries inbox are on the slide.